Okay, I'm in my apartment in Ekaterinburg, which is a fairly large city in Russia. I'm just going to show you the apartment, tell you how much it costs, and you can make up your own mind. It's a fairly modest little creature. So we come in the front door here. The neighborhood I'd say is above average, but not amazing. So a typical little entranceway. Most of these little Soviet apartments have this entranceway here. On the left is the bathroom. So you got obviously shower, bathtub, toilet, and of course washing machine. Pretty typical. Look, this is it's a bit of a cheapie. You know what I mean? Like these apartments here are often like semi-remont, like kind of half fixed. So we have a proper wall here. There's a studio, so you got the bed, which does appear to be maybe even king size. Bed, nice little view there to the street. Little desk, of course you can put the chair there. I mean, television, look at this. These large back televisions, oh man. Oh, this would have come in back in the 90s, mate. This was on the first fucking ship of goods from America. Look at that. That will not get turned on. Some kind of, I haven't looked in here yet. This is obviously like a wardrobe-y kind of thing, but made to look kind of nice. There you go, you got the little heater in there and a few other little gadgets, iron, so forth. So it's a bit dark there. Another window. I just left whatever replacements or whatever I want. It's kind of there drying. Look at that hardcore babushka couch, man. So it kind of looks like, this is what I mean, it kind of looks renovated. Because, okay, look there, oh yeah, that looks renovated. And then you look at the carpet and it's like, man, my grandparents had this, you know. This hardcore babushka couch. It's all modern, like in that it's new. You know what I mean? This would only be not very old at all. Maybe only a couple of years, if that. Same with the carpet's in very good condition, but it's that styling of brown, yellow, orange kind of. What was that? 60s, I think. And in the kitchen, I haven't been in here yet. I got so excited, I whipped out the camera. So, you know, functional for a single bloke. You know what I mean? Bit of an old looking thing there, but it's got gas, not electricity. Decent amount of, I got the Yandex Eat driver delivering. Microwave. It's got, sometimes you have places, my very first place in Belarus didn't have I forget the name for this in English, overhead, what do you call this? I forget the name. It's a bit embarrassing. You know what this thing is, right? Range hood. It didn't have it, right? So the whole house has got, every time I cook steak, the curtains started to smell like meat. But nonetheless, again, kind of cheap lino stuff here. Pretty cheap kind of laminate, kind of chipboard, should I say, with a bit of laminate on top of it. It's pretty, it's functional for an Airbnb style thing. So it said 33 square meters. Look, to be honest, it's pretty livable. It's a bit on the small side, but it's pretty livable. So I am paying 22 US, about 22 US. It's 2,200 and something rubles per night. So that works out, depends the exchange rate, but let's say 23 US, which times by 30 equals about 690 US per month. Now that's obviously, well over what the real price would be, because I don't pay any electricity, any Wi-Fi, any of this stuff, and of course they'll have vacancies and what have you. I booked this 2 days in advance for a full week. So it shows you that the place is pretty empty, not in demand, even though it's kind of just the end of summer now. Typically what you'll find with Airbnb style, of course it's not Airbnb, but it's just Ostrovok, which is just one of many. There's actually a specialist Airbnb here, I forget the name of it, starts with S.ru site, but Ostrovok obviously does hotels, but I'm noticing more and more apartments are popping up as well. Although I got a scam one a few days ago where I showed up and whoever made the ad didn't actually have the apartment. I got a refund though, so that's no problems. But I would estimate that the market rent for this would probably be about half of what I said. So probably about $350 a month. That seems about right. It's fully furnished, but look, they haven't broken the budget furnishing it, to be fair. All the bills are paid for. There'll be plenty of vacancies. I'm sure the intermediary websites for accommodation usually take somewhere between 10 and 15%. So, probably 350 to 400. As I say, it's a pretty decent neighborhood. You can tell from the infrastructure and the people walking around, it's probably above average neighborhood. I haven't been in many apartments in Moscow, but my guess would be that in Moscow, the price would be about double, I reckon, for this kind of thing. And also Moscow has a lot more variation in neighborhoods. You know what I mean? So I hope this gives you some kind of idea of the cost of living in Russia at the moment. Look, I think it's fairly cheap in the scheme of things. Although, look, you could probably get this same apartment in the center of Belarus, Minsk, Belarus, for about 400, I reckon. This kind of semi-babushka-y, semi-Remont kind of place. I would say, yeah, maybe 400. So pretty similar prices to Minsk, actually. Maybe a fraction cheaper than Minsk. Because Ekaterinburg is a pretty developed city. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a mini Moscow, but it kind of is. I mean, I've been to a lot rougher places here in Russia. So it's quite a well-developed place. Infrastructure is quite good. You don't get a lot of holes in the road, this kind of stuff.